is going on, guys? The Wizards get a dub, man. They finally beat the Hornets. Kyle Kuzma, I mean, he was going crazy, man. Are we looking at a second option, possibly? Let's get right into it.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What is going on, guys? DNA back with another Locked On Wizards podcast episode. Wizards get a win, man. I'm hyped. I want to thank you guys all for making Locked On Wizards your first listen each and every day. Hey, let's get right into it, man. Should be a 3-game winning streak, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But let's get into it. What's your main takeaways?
Kyle Kuzma, he stepped up, man. He's been huge in the last couple of games, man. Ever since, it was unfortunate that we've been struck by the virus. A lot of guys have been out, but Kyle Kuzma has stepped up and he's taken advantage of that opportunity. He's getting more touches. He's been more aggressive. He's looking more bouncy. He's playing like he's 6'10". He's getting downhill. He's going coast to coast. He's getting the rebound and just pushing it. I love what I see from Kyle Kuzma. 36 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists. Just a great all-around game from Kyle Kuzma right now. He hit 4 threes in the fourth quarter. Hit 3 threes in the final 3 minutes. He's just been super, super clutch for the Washington Wizards all throughout the year. The Cleveland game winner, the Detroit Pistons game winner where he waved goodbye. I mean, this guy has been an unsung clutch player for the Washington Wizards, and he was 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight too. He has been kind of inconsistent from the free throw line. He stepped up. That was huge. Had some big rebounds down the stretch too. So just a great all-around game from Kyle Kuzma. I'm just happy for him. He's been a guy that, we talked about coming from the Lakers, who got a lot of slander on social media, got a lot of slander from Lakers fans, and now he's getting more of a larger role next to Bradley Beal. As you said, Bradley Beal, we've been looking for a second option. Is it Dinwiddie? Is it Trez? Or is it just a committee of guys who step up? One guy, one day it's Kuz, one day it's Dinwiddie, one day it's Trez, one day it might even be Raul Neto for all we know, stepping up and being that second scorer alongside Bradley Beal. But tonight it was the last couple of nights it's been Kyle Kuzma. He's been putting up 25, 28, 36. He's just playing good ball right now. And when guys do come back, when Rui comes back, when Thomas Bryant comes back, when Trez comes back, when Dinwiddie comes back, I want Kyle Kuzma to stay aggressive. I want him to be this number 2 option role. I don't want him to change his game right now at all. And I know it's going to be tough because we got 4 or 5 or 6 guys, Neto, Aaron Holiday. We got 7 or 8 guys coming back. It's going to be hard for him to keep this up. But 41 minutes tonight from Kyle Kuzma too. So I have nothing negative to say about Kyle Kuzma at all. I mean, sometimes I think he had 1 or 2 turnovers where he got stripped and they went down for an easy layup. It might have been Rozier or Kelly Oubre. That's the only negative thing I have to say. But other than that, Kyle Kuzma, he just had a great all-around game. We don't win this game without Kyle Kuzma. Bradley Beal, point guard Bradley Beal, once again, I love what I see with Bradley Beal running the offense, to be honest. 8 assists and 4 turnovers, more than what he had the other night. He had 17 assists and 2 turnovers. But 35 points, shot the ball well, 10 for 11 from the free throw line. He was getting downhill, getting to the basket, 3 for 8 from the three-point line. He had some clutch drives, getting guys involved, addition to Kuz, getting guys better, getting guys involved. I love what I see from Bradley Beal, just stepping up and being a point guard. We heard Tremont Waters was out with safety protocols. We basically have 0 point guards on the court right now.
Yeah.
So Bradley Beal just had to step up, and he's came up for the challenge now. In the bigger picture, we struggle with zone deep. We struggle against zone defense. Mm-hmm. They played zone in that second quarter. The second quarter was awful. I mean, we got dominated in that second quarter. I want to say they outscored us by at least 15 to 16, 17 points in that second quarter.
Yeah,
they went zone.
18.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was bad because we started out pretty well in the first quarter. Then they went zone. It almost looked like a deja vu of the first time we played the Hornets and the second time we played the Hornets. Terry Rozier started hitting threes. Miles Bridges started hitting threes. And they were outboarding us too. Miles Bridges was getting offensive rebounds. Plumlee was getting offensive rebounds. They were out hustling us and they were out toughing us. And I got to give a shout out to Wes Unseld Jr. because he made adjustments. In the first 2 games, he didn't make adjustments, and we basically got blown out in the first game in Charlotte. And then the second game in Charlotte, we just couldn't hit a 3 and we made a late rally. So he made adjustments finishing against this zone. Now, Denny, Denny had a rough game. Happy birthday to Denny. It's his 21st birthday, but he had a rough game. He had a rough shooting night, but he did have a career high in assists with 7 assists. So, when you don't shoot the ball well, you got to do other things. So I'm happy that Denny was able to contribute in other ways. KCP had a rough game as well. Didn't shoot the ball well, but I thought he contributed somewhat defensively. He was 0 for 5 from the 3, 2 for 11 from the field, so it was rough. And Davies had a solid game. He had a better game. He has been shooting the 3 ball better as of late. 4 for 7 from the 3-point line, hit 4 threes, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. So we needed Davies. I know Davies gets a lot of slander, but we don't win this game without Davies either. And he hit some big free throws towards the end too. I got to give a shout out to Corey Kispert as well. He played a good game too tonight. But man, Kuz, man, he's playing good ball. He's playing good ball right now. I love what I'm seeing from Kyle Kuzma. If he wants to wear that sweater, I don't care. As long as he keeps playing like this, he's playing good ball.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle Kuzma, ever since he's been playing, since that Cleveland game especially, he's been playing more downhill. And I mean, today, 6 for 11 from 3, that's just crazy, and he's always been consistent on the boards. Since he's been playing in Washington, that's always been an added plus. You could talk about nitpick the turnovers. The Wizards as a team had a lot of turnovers. They had 15, I believe. Too many, especially in that first half, too many turnovers. And that was a big reason why the Hornets, got on that run in that second quarter, et cetera, and pulled away in that second quarter. But I'm super impressed with Kyle Kuzma. Like you said, you noted a couple of his games in the fourth quarter, hitting big shots, game-winning shots, Detroit, Cleveland, Chicago before DeRozan. I mean, and tonight, he just continues to do it and hit big shots. And I'm impressed. I didn't expect him to end up being that second option, but I'm happy with it. I'm happy. Now, like you said, when everybody comes back, that's some stuff Wes is going to have to figure out. But currently, Kuzma's on a hot streak. He's going crazy right now. Denny Avdia, defensively, I think he did good. Passing-wise, he did good as well, facilitating the ball. Like you said, he had 4 steals, but offensively, he finally hit 1 3. I think it was in the fourth quarter, maybe the third. I think it was the fourth. But yeah. he finally got 1 to go, but it was a struggle shooting-wise. It was tough. Offensively, as we all know, work in progress, definitely. But Daniel Gafford, double-double. I said I expect. What did I say? My bold prediction, I said like a 15 and 12 type of game from him. I believe that's what I was saying. 15 points, 11 rebounds. That's what I was expecting. 30 plus minutes. I mean, that's what I like to see from him. 11 rebounds getting on the board, 15 points. With the Hornets' lack of, interior presence and them struggling to rebound the ball, as well as to defend bigs. I expected a big game out of Gaff, and he gave me that. Bradley Beal, 35 points, playing like the all-star. Point guard Brad, like you said. I like it, man. I like Brad at the 1. Now, of course, if the Wizards were to trade for somebody, maybe like Eric Gordon or something like that, I wouldn't mind that at all. But Bradley Beal doing what he do, 35 points. I like it. Now, I know I will bring this up. It was late in the fourth quarter. He had Terry Rozier stole the ball from him and then made the tough layup over Bradley Beal, contesting that layup. Then Bradley Beal came down and shot a 3, which he missed. And I was like, no, Brad. Like, I know he wanted to make up for, turning it over, but that wasn't it. But other than that, I mean, 10 for 11 from the free throw line. Really impressed with KCP, I think this was a really rough game. I mean, he had some turnovers, and then he shot a corner 3, and it hit the side of the backboard. He had a corner 3 that's hit off the side of the backboard, and he's had a dunk attempt that's hit off the side of the backboard. So I don't know what's going on with him in the side of the backboard this year. But yeah, like you said, off the bench, Bertans and Kispert, they were the 2 with main minutes. I know Alize Johnson had 6 minutes, and he put up 1 shot, and it was really bad. It was an air ball, but he grabbed 4 rebounds. Yeah, but Bertans and Kispert's, they had good games, man. I give Bertans credit. I always give him credit when credit is due. He had a very good game. He's been having recently a stretch of decent games. Corey Kispert continues to play well. He shot the ball well today. 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, so you love to see that. But all in all, man, I'm happy. I'm happy they finally got it done against the Hornets. It was looking rough in that second quarter, but before we get into talking more about this game, we do have a message from our friends over at Truebill. Is your ex still using your Netflix? That's what one woman found out after she downloaded Truebill, which finds and cancels subscriptions with just a tap. Users save $720 a year using Truebill, knowing that if you got rid of all the subscriptions you don't need or you forgot about, you can save hundreds. Is very different from going to all the trouble to actually remember, find, and cancel them. That's why you need Truebill. On average, people save up to $720, like I just said, but because companies make subscriptions hard to cancel, Truebill makes it incredibly simple. Just link your accounts and Truebill will cancel your unwanted subscriptions in one tap, and your Truebill concierge is there when you need them to cancel unwanted subscriptions, so you don't have to. Truebill has over 2 million users and helps save them over $100 million. Like Matthew B, he says, in a matter of seconds, I saved $660 for the year on my DirecTV bill, saved $120 for the year on my Sirius XM bill, and saved $840 a year on car insurance. Don't fall for subscription scams. Start canceling today at Truebill.com/LockedOnNBA. Go right now, Truebill.com/LockedOnNBA. It can save you thousands a year. Truebill.com/LockedOnNBA. Also, guys, thank you for making Locked On Wizards your first listen each and every day. Now, for your second listen, Locked On Now podcast. Nightly recaps of every NBA game with analysis from our local experts. Listen to Locked On Now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or watch it on the Locked On NBA YouTube channel. So, Ed, what's some more takeaways you have from this game?
Yeah, Daniel Gafford. I forgot to mention him. I thought he brought some good energy in the beginning of the game. He had a couple of dunks. He had an up and under dunk as well. He had some big blocks too. One did almost look like a goaltending, but he just jumped so high and blocked. I want to say, and we did a solid job on LaMelo Ball. Now LaMelo Ball, he did get a couple buckets. He had 18 points, but the last time we played, I want to say he got at least 25 to 30 points. I thought we did a solid job on LaMelo Ball. Terry Rozier, he hit some big threes towards the end. He was 5 for 9 from the 3-point line. We talked about that last night where he went 8 for 11. The last time he played against us, so I guess that's somewhat of an accomplishment. He didn't hit 8 threes; he only hit 5, which is still not good. But we did a lot better against those guys. Gordon Hayward, he started to get cooking a little bit too. He had 27 points, and he got a couple buckets. But I thought we locked down defensively. Denny was playing point guard at one point, and that's where he was starting to get more of the assists. And Denny was tasked with guarding LaMelo Ball. We threw a couple guys defensively, we swapped KCP on LaMelo Ball. We threw Denny and LaMelo Ball a couple times. So I like how West just threw bodies at LaMelo Ball. That's just how you had to defend him. It's not going to be one guy. You just got to throw a couple guys to tire him out. We got big physical guys like Denny 6'9", KCP 6'5", 6'6". So that's how we approached guarding him. And we just shot better from the 3-point line. There were some times where it was bad, where KCP hit some shots off the backboard. The second quarter, we just went ice cold when they went in zone. But we shot 42% from the 3-point line. That's definitely an outlier for the Washington Wizards. We're usually around 30% or 32, 33. There's nights where we shoot 25% from the 3-point line. So that was a huge improvement. We shot the ball well from the free throw line as well. We shot 31 free throws. We got to the line a lot tonight. Bradley Beal with 11 free throws. I want to say Kuzma got to the line a lot tonight too. Let me double check that. I mean, 4 free throws from him. But Kispert got to the line, shot 4 free throws. We only played 8 guys tonight, so we didn't go deep at all. Of course, we're undermanned, but once again, I'm just happy that a lot of guys stepped up. A lot of guys have taken advantage of this opportunity with guys being out, and they've stepped up. They've really stepped up. Only thing we really got to work on the turnovers. I thought we did get a little careless in the second and third quarter. Bradley Beal getting plucked by Terry Rozier at the end of the game. That was bad. That kind of did remind us of some bad memories where Bradley Beal has turned the ball over in the final 2 or 3 minutes. And that was a tough finish by Terry Rozier, but we persevered and came back down and scored. We did a good job not fouling as well, only 12 fouls. There were some questionable calls too. Definitely. They called a charge on Kyle Kuzma, and then Bradley Beal didn't get a foul. There was also another rough call towards the end of the game. I can't remember Miles Bridges traveled.
Oh, yeah.
Gafford was guarding him, and he blatantly traveled, and they missed that call. We just we have not gotten many calls at home. And then they called Denny for a foul too, where he had his hand straight in the air. We haven't gotten calls at home, but we're a better home team. Clearly, we struggled on the West Coast road trip. We're starting to string out some wins. And if you look at the schedule, man, it starts to ease up just a little bit for the Wizards. We play the Rockets, who are 10-28. You know, they got the thing going on with Kevin Porter Jr., the thing going on with Christian Wood. We play the Bulls again at Chicago, which is, in my opinion, a winnable game. It's going to be tougher because it's in Chicago. But after that, we play the Magic, who are 7-30. We play the Thunder, who are 13-23. Then we play the Magic again. Then we play the Blazers, who are 13-22. So if you look at the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games, 5 out of those 6 teams are way below 500. So other than the Bulls, so I don't want to jump too far ahead of myself, but this is an opportunity where the Wizards definitely should take advantage of that. But from a game standpoint, I mean, once again, I just gotta give Kuz his props. I mean, he's playing go, and like we've been talking about that question about the second option. It looks like we're starting to find that guy. So I want West to run some more plays for Kuz, get him going, get him being more aggressive. Once again, I know it's going to be tougher when Rui does come back because you got to get Rui involved, and they basically kind of play that same position, that 4 or 3 spot. They kind of play similar ways. But Rui can learn from Kuzma from rebounding. And Chase Hughes said Kyle Kuzma had 36 points and 14 boards, which you don't see often around here. Only Wizards player to have that many points and rebounds in a game in the last 10 years was Russell Westbrook. So 36 and 14 boards. That's big from a Wizards player. We don't see that a lot.
Yeah, and it was tough. I mean, that second quarter, I thought it was same old. I got scared. I was like, man, they switched to the zone. They're getting smacked. I mean, but they kept it close. Going into halftime. But Gordon Hayward, man, he was going in. I mean, he was killing the Wizards. And a lot of the Hornets were killing the Wizards, coming off those screens, shooting those mid-ranges. Terry Rozier, that late fourth quarter, he was getting hot. And the last game, Terry Rozier did the Wizards in, and he was going crazy. And thankfully, Denny, like late, if you notice, on the final play, well, not the final play, but when they were down 3 and Terry Rozier got the ball, Denny noticed like late, but just fast enough and reacted just fast enough to get a decent contest on Terry Rozier's 3-pointer. And thankfully he missed it because I was like, man, this is about to go win. Oh man, don't do this. Thankfully he missed and the Wizards got the rebound. But I mean, all in all, I think it's a good win. This is a really good win. It's important for the standings too. The Hornets are 19-19 now. The Wizards are 19-18. I think the Wizards got a half a game up on the Hornets now. So this was big. You know, these games as we get closer to the deadline, etc., the season's going to keep moving faster and faster. So you got to get these, divisional games. And hopefully the next time the Wizards get the Hornets, they win and get the split on the season series. But I mean, for the amount of players that played, only 8 players, and one of those 8 only played 6 minutes. So really 7 players. I mean, it's tough. You got multiple guys getting in the 40s. Guys are out in protocol. This is a tough win, man. It was going to be tough. Hornets are a tough matchup for the Wizards. Very tough matchup for them. But they got the job done. So all in all, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with the outcome, obviously. I mean, Kyle Kuzma, he's just been godsend lately. I mean, going crazy. And Bradley Beal is returning to form, and that's what you love to see. So, I mean, to finish it off, I mean, obviously your final thoughts and player of the game, X Factor. Yes, sir.
Gotta give it to Kuz. Kuz has been clutch. He really has been. And he potentially could be a candidate for most improved player of the year. He probably won't win it because there's just so many guys like Darius Garland, Miles Bridges running for that most improved player, Desmond Bane for the Grizzlies. And you can even throw seeing some odds where it had John Morant. But awards aside, Kyle Kuzma's been an unsung hero. He just has ice in his veins. He has ice, and he can call a game. He can call a game like Paul Pierce, the way he's been hitting some threes out there. Really should have won that DeMar DeRozan. Really should have beat the Bulls off that 3. It still stings, but we got the dub tonight. 7 guys, 8 guys stepping up. And X factor for me, you could easily say Bradley Beal, but I want to go a different route and pick somebody else because picking Brad is just too easy. I'm gonna go with Daniel Gafford, a double, 15 points, 11 boards. I'm gonna go with Daniel Gafford.
I like that. Also, Kuzma, big shots. I didn't even bring up the New York Knicks game where you hit those back-to-back threes that were big. We didn't even bring that up. But player of the game, obviously, I go with Kuz. I mean, Kuz was huge, man. Wizards don't win this game without his production from start to finish. I mean, on the boards, just scoring into the basket. That 3-point, he boosted the Wizards' 3-point percentages up greatly. I mean, him going 6 for 11. I mean, that boost that up to that 42%, man. He was huge today. He was huge. But X Factor, I do what, like, Brad is easy, like you said. Brad is easy. X Factor, I'll go with, since you picked Gafford, I'll go with Davis Bertans. I think it's 14 points. He hit some big threes. He hit a big three in that fourth especially, but it looks like maybe he's slowly, but surely maybe returning to form. I know early on in the game he had a couple tough moving threes that he made. I mean, if he can return back to form, that'll be great. I mean, because the Wizards' 3-point shooting, they need it. They need their 3-point shooters to shoot the three good. So I say X Factor, Davis Bertans. And I mean, that wraps it up for us, guys. I mean, Wizards get a dub. We're happy with it. We can end it off with a dub. But first of all, guys, I want to thank you once again for making Locked On Wizards your first listen each and every day. Now, make your second listen Locked On Bets, your daily one-stop shop for all your gambling needs. Locked On Bets, hosted by your boy Q, with expert analysis and insight from Lee Sterling. Tomorrow we got an interview with Dave Johnston, and Wednesday, Wizards against the Rockets. Let's see if they can get streaking again. Let's see if we can make it 2 in a row. But we getting it off tonight and with a dub, man. Dub. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, make sure you guys tune in for tomorrow. Having David Johnson. It should be fun. Make sure you guys subscribe to Locked On Wizards on YouTube and on all platforms. Hit the notification bell. Hail to the Wizards, y'all.